See, 11th and 12th syllabus have to be much higher than 10th. And up to 10th, you are giving a general awareness about everything. Once you reach 11th and 12th, who is opting that? Who loves that subject, right? So what is to be done? It has to be higher. And there are some discussions to reduce the weight of the syllabus and all that. And when you go for engineering first year, chemistry, physics, maths, same what you learned in 11th and 12th is repeated there. And there 4%, 5% people are failing. I mean, only passing, the rest of them are failing. So it's little tough, but best to, and they have the capacity. Teachers have the capacity to teach, students have the capacity to learn. There's another book on civil service handling. Yeah. Come on.
So you said that children should ask the questions in the classroom, finally in the classroom also, life also they could ask the questions. So sometimes I notice that children are afraid of asking questions because of other students and sometimes because of teachers. So we are at home and how to motivate our children or how to make them comfortable so that they can ask the question and they get the answers.
I think sometimes 40 children with the syllabus covering handling, teachers find a problem. And sometimes students ask to check whether you know or not also. So there are variety of people, and if they invest more time on somebody, probably it becomes a disturbance in the class. Otherwise, I am sure if student is really inquisitive, you can Google and find out. If such desperate students are there, they don't get any answer, 944 7437 948. Welcome. I love children asking questions. Every day, average 1000 WhatsApp messages I answer. And most of them ask, and if somebody is asking continuously great questions, I have got a learners group called Ekalavya, where such inquisitive students are inside. And I am not knowledgeable, but I have got students who are knowledgeable around them. They read newspaper, write a small brief. I don't read newspaper. I don't see all the movies, but there are my children who are reading, watching movies, write a small brief and give me then reading them, I feel, yeah, it's very good. I don't read all the books, but there are children who are reading books and sending me brief. So my students are my teachers. So there are wonderful children who ask very beautiful, good questions which are really good, put them there. There are a lot of people, professionals, senior people, who are all part of that group. They all contribute also. Correct? So I welcome. Yeah.
So, when you were speaking, you mentioned about the open schooling.
There is a lot of social studies.
Yeah.
So what is the logic behind having such a big portion for social studies when the children are supposed to study math? Some children are really weak in math, science, where they don't get the practice for those subjects because social studies so much. So do you have any answer?
It is unfortunate that India is a great country. It is so unfortunate. India has got a vast area. If it would have been like a small island, no? Correct? So I heard not from the parents also. Some of the history teacher was telling me, what a stupid thing here. India's history is so bad. And I used to ask them, do you know the history of Britain if they have to study in the classrooms? Britain had a colony throughout the world. They have to study the whole world history, right? We have to study only Indian history. See, once you start loving, history is such a simple subject. The whole history can be made into one Excel sheet. Put year here and events here. categorize them in different columns, country-wise, different colors. And what is history? BC, AD. A, B, C, D. AD and BC. If you know ABCD, you know history. And what is geography? Google, look at every place here and there. Take the earth, equator there, 23 degree there, 23 degree here, March 21st to 22nd, it went from year to year. So therefore the climate changes, that's why we are celebrating Ugadi. You can relate to your life. I was conducting a geography map quiz. I taught more than 6,000 geography teachers in Hyderabad alone. Why did I teach geography teachers geography? Because geography, real understanding needs a lot of mathematics. So if someone loves mathematics, they should love geography. Someone loves mathematics, they should learn history. Because history is a single line with zero here, BC this side, AD this side. It's a number line. History is a number line. It's a number game. I love history. And politics and civics and all, it's so good. You must know how the parliament works, you must know administration. Why do you want to reduce syllabus? I want syllabus to be more. Because that's the time when you can study. At the age of 40, you cannot study. Age of 50, who can study? Up to 13, 14 years, you can study so much. Correct? Later I understood in London, England, nobody studies their geography. Nobody is studying history there. In school level, they removed history because the history is so vast, they cannot study any other subject. I think India doesn't have that much problem because we never invaded a country. When I came to Oman, the first time itself, I started reading about history of relation between Oman and India. So every time when I come, I invent something new. So this time I found that India and Oman had got a ship connection in 2400, 500 BC. 5,000 years back, almost 4,000 years back, we had ships running, export of import of metals. What a great knowledge. When we live here, we must know all this. How do we learn this? We have interest in such subjects. I was also very bad in wide history. I was bad. But then I started learning. And simply if you want to learn, now all the prime minister's names, very difficult, these names are all not very good. And some of the people we don't even remember. Last time somebody told me the same question. It's very difficult to remember all these names. Nice song I made and then put it. Last week only I put it on my YouTube. Prime Ministers of India. Nice song. Everybody's name is there. Sequence, their qualifications and or some extra adjective also given to some of them. You know what adjective we give, right? Generally. So all that is given. So with that funny song which I made, simply they can learn. So I make some such small shortcuts to learn. And if there is some very difficult situation where you are not able to read, understand something, you tell me, I'll make a poetry and give it to you. I also write nice poems. The learning has to be fun. And I'll tell you, make some 3-4 children to sit together and then finish one chapter in social science, then only cutting cake for birthday. All birthday party has to be like this. All Friday, celebrate birthday. All holidays, make your children to come. They will finish just like this. And all the chapter make into a nice chart. Gift it to the class. We studied and this is our gift. Whole history, all geography, everything can be finished. Made it into charts. It's very simple. Not at all a problem. Again, 944743798. I never studied history or geography after my 10th class. But when I became a space scientist, my job was take satellite image, take maps of the ground. How do you make map of the ground when you don't know geography? So I started studying 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th geography. Finished. Now I know geography. Pakka. So up to 12th class, if you know, good enough. So all the mathematics PhD, my fluid mechanics, everything was waste. When I got a job, what I have to do? Take a map, make it from satellite image, make maps. To catch Veerapan, I should know. Veerapan belongs to Tamil Nadu or Kerala or Karnataka, which border, where is the border, which road goes to where, which subject is this? Geography. My job was making maps. I was not in Department of Space, I was in PM's office. RAW was my department. So I was doing spying using satellite image for some internal security and external security. This was my job. So enjoy, because once when you grow, every subject becomes important. You are in medicine, but after some time, you know there is a epidemics coming. You know the geography, then only you know how the doctor is saying that everybody gets fever because the season is fever. Season is studied in which subject? Social science. How is he able to relate his science with the subject with the social science? Every subject is related. That is why up to 10th class, every syllabus, what is required for his profession when he grows something. Why are we teaching all these to all these people? Because we don't know among them who will become what. Out of which somebody will go for +1, +2, we assume that they become specialized there. Up to 8th class, I don't know who is going to become an engineer, who is going to become a doctor, who is going to be a social science scientist, who is going to be a poet. So what should I do? I introduce everything. So knowing words, so he may become a poet tomorrow. Grade 1, can I decide? He will become a poet, he will become a doctor like this and teach only maths, physics, chemistry. So whatever syllabus is there, and me and you in ISM saying syllabus is too vast, what can be done? Can we change this world? If that can be done, I will do anything what I want. I am not powerful, you are not powerful. But what is to be done? If no other option, enjoy what you get. You understood? If there is no other option, what should be done? Enjoy what you get. That's it. Yeah. Good.
How you were successful like this? What motivated you?
No, I was not good in 10th. I was not good in 11th. 11th also I failed in all exams. 12th somehow I passed my subject. Then my brother told me, better you study Malayalam. Because I used to have some craziness about writing poetry, publishing in magazine. So when as a +1, +2 student, your poetry comes in magazine, you become a Malayali. Expert in Malayalam, you become Malayalam guru. I asked why? You cannot study maths and all that. I said, then I will show you how can I do study maths. I decided I am going to study, that's it. It's only decision. Then first year what I did, I don't know English also, I was not good. So the first thing we had Macbeth to study, I translated Macbeth the whole thing into Malayalam and I am sitting in the class. My sir was looking at the book and reading, I don't have to look at the book, it's by heart for me. Every subject, when I sit in the maths class, I used to solve all the problems and sit in the class. Where do I get? I don't have knowledge, so I go to somebody's house and say, please, one problem. We didn't have tuition places and all those days. So we have to go to one house, learn a little bit of physics, chemistry there. I beg to people, I go to my classmates. Whoever is a good student, I will go and ask them. No hesitation in asking. Even today, if I don't know something, I ask. That's how I learn, just begging. And then, when I got my BSc, I became 5th rank. When I MSc, I became 2nd rank. I feel I was 1st rank at the university. That's it. You should not have hesitation in asking anything to learn from anyone. Yeah, there is somebody.
I would like to throw some light on student, how you can choose the subject. Where he is really interested and how he can identify.
That is what I am saying. Up to 10th class, don't show any interest among children. Say that maths is good, physics is good. That's what I said. Though I was a PhD in mathematics, I wanted to use. If you decide that his interest is maths, many people keep saying that they will love or not, they have to love maths because everybody is studying. And by mistake, if you start loving mathematics, you will become a BTech. So don't decide. I'll tell you, there are children, wonderful child in Hyderabad who is my family friend. Daughter took BTech electrical engineering. After working 1 year in TCS, she decided my interest is not this, wildlife. One evening she said, I am Tata Bye, I am going to West Bengal and Assam and all that to see wildlife sanctuary. I have made a tour. Now I love wildlife photography. Then we met, we said, if you really love wildlife, learn everything about wildlife. And now she is doing PhD in the Institute of Science and Wildlife. There is a provision. Even if you are a BTech, you can go to life science or whichever subject you want. Only thing you have to write an exam. So she is doing PhD with BTech Electrical Engineering, with experience in working in IT firm, doing PhD in Life Sciences department. So you don't know. Just because I love curd rice today, does it mean throughout my life we take curd rice only? I am never exposed to Chinese biryani or maybe Chinese noodles. When I go to China, I will eat that only. No? So what do we get around? I never knew that in my life I am going to be an MBA, because when we took birth there was no MBA. There was no engineering college in the whole place. We have to go to Palakkad. It's like another place for us. Nothing was there. In Kannur district, nothing was there. What should I do? We have no option. So what we had around is what we take. So we have a lot of options today. Somebody says, I love interior design. Yeah, wonderful. Do you like maths? No, that's why I love it. Interior designing cannot be learned without mathematics. Fashion designing is my passion. Very good, wonderful. You do have enough money to start your own company? No. I will work with someone. Who has got a designing ability, who starts a company, will appoint another designer. Nobody will appoint, because everybody who is creative will not go with another creative person. They will start fighting second day. When they get a job only, they start thinking they will pay only minimum money for the small clerical job. Journalism, fantastic. Yeah, I love journalism. Yeah, very good. You go to journalism, after journalism, masters, 3 years they will be put as the desk for typist job. No, this is journalism, but I thought it was something entirely different. You don't require a journalism degree to become a journalist. You start doing today. After this program, if I would have been a student here, after this program, immediately I will make a small note and then give it to the press, saying that this is what he spoke. That's what I started becoming a journalist. I am a journalist. I came to Oman as a journalist. Visa of a journalist. Film journalism was my visa. Oman, the first film festival, I was one of the guests. As a journalist of films. Because I love films, I love writing. So I used to write. Who was there? Or along with whom I came, Amitabh Bachchan, Sanjay Dutt, Rasul Pukutti, Major Ravi, Dr. Shashipal. I was one among the 4 other film luminaries. That is passion. So don't ask what is passion. That keeps changing. Does it mean I had a passion? Yes, I had a passion. When I was 8th class, 9th class boy, only in theatre I used to see 40 movies in 1 month. That's why I was not a good student anyway. So don't determine a student like this, like that. That can keep changing. Give them an open box and let them do what they want. My son did BSc economics, BSc economics, because mathematics plus economics together in symbiosis. Then he did his masters in development studies. Then he did masters in international political economy. And that time his thesis was Saddam Hussein's economics. The fail and fall and growth of economics in Saudi Arabia. Now his PhD, he is doing PhD now in Kerala politics. So you can keep changing, nothing wrong. My second son started with the BTech in mechanical engineering. After that he found his interest is in chemical engineering and nuclear physics. And he did a master's in nuclear physics, now doing PhD in nuclear physics. And once you become a nuclear physicist, you know what you will do? You will become policy maker in that. And policy maker is a social studies man. You must know the relationship between countries and then how do they shake hands. So he can specialize. His professor is telling you are good in social science. So after your PhD, you can also specialize in relationship between the international. So they become international relationship. Somebody from international relationship went to Kerala relationship. See, it's fun. Learning has to be fun. Enjoy it. Yeah.
So do you have any idea or any techniques to know what are our children's lives?
Pardon?
Do you have any techniques to us to understand our children's interest in certain fields?
Just now we are discussing that only. They must be exposed to everything. If somebody comes and asks me what food I should eat, we have no answer. Taste everything and find out. So how do they find out? They can talk to people. You meet scientists, space scientists, ask what do you do. Go to a police, ask what you do. See the administrator. Go to a collector's bungalow. Go to ambassador's place and then see what an ambassador does. Not now, I think. It's very difficult now for ambassadors and all. I remember my first visit to Oman and Gulf countries, they were telling it's very good to be an ambassador in these places because we have a lot of celebrations, we become chief guest, we get free food. Fun. Second one, up to Thursday, Friday and all holiday here. Thursday itself people will start holiday and Saturday, Sunday in Kerala and India. So 4 days holidays, 3 days work. It's not that easy. But I'm saying, look at them, go to them, talk to them, find out. You talk to a cinema actor, find out, he will be full tension all the time. You know, it's a very, very competitive field. You must go and ask what a receptionist does, what a hotler does, what a chef does. You must go to all that. Best place to study all this is, look at the movie. There is a movie called Chef, you know, beautiful movie. And what is your interest? Coco. If you have not seen Coco, the Oscar movie, must watch. I see all the movies, the release dates will be seen. The Coco movie, when you see that child has got a passion for singing, that's in the blood. Even if parents say don't study music, they will find some method to study. So don't stop them. But if the passion is not a earning, tell them that the profession is entirely different, passion is different. You should have a profession where you get money. My passion was teaching like this. But if I would have been a teacher, I will not be able to speak like this if I would not work as a scientist. That gave a lot of experience, meeting a lot of great people. No, best physics professor Keshpal I met. Best chemistry professors I met. The equivalent to Nobel laureates people in astrophysics, I was in their classes. A teacher cannot become closer to all such people. Kalam and me were together most of the places. So we cannot meet all such people, no? Being a teacher, you cannot work with the Prime Minister's office. I had an option to work with Manmohan Singh, the greatest economics man. And so many options you get when you do that. After that, my passion, I took it because I got pension. Minimum salary is there. Even if I fall down, life is safe. So when you take a passion, continue that passion, but get into a profession which you don't like also, no problem. Because that's only for 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours. But once you get a profession, do as best as you can do because you will start learning that. Correct? So that has to be the life. So whether you like or not, enjoy. That is to be done. Yeah.
My question is that there is a quote by Vivekananda which says, a person who excels in a subject or a job which he or she does is a real person with courage, what he does not like and he excels in. But my question is that people say that, okay, fine, you have selected this subject because you are good at it and you love it. But prove to me that if you do this, you are a real person. So what should a person do? Follow his heart or just to prove himself that I can do this also?
This is just, no, I finished. Profession, passion. Passion is your heart. Okay? Profession is what gives you bread. But Vivekananda's time, what he did? He followed his passion. He don't know whether that can become a profession or not because he was not even a great public speaker when he gave the first speech. Chicago speech, 3.5 minutes. First scheduled in the morning session, he said, I don't have courage now, put me in the afternoon. When afternoon he was put, he said, put me at the last, not now. He was not well prepared, but then that became fantastic. Then he realized, yeah, my passion can be a profession. He continued his lectures 1 year in US itself. Went for one lecture, continued for 1 year. Stayed there for 1 year. And a man who learned, how could he, you can have passion but you should learn. If you say that to some people will say that, my passion is interior design. I said, I keep asking, tell me 10 people who are great in interior design. I know maths, sir. Fantastic. Tell me 10 scientists from maths. See, if somebody says my passion is cinema, what do we ask? Tell me 10 personalities in cinema. Correct? So if passion is any subject you take, your passion is English. So you should at least have read Bernard Shaw or Shakespeare or somebody else, And you must be able to recite some poetry. You must know, act some drama. If you don't know, that passion becomes a blind passion. Got it? So Vivekananda had a passion, but what he did, he learned India. How did he learn India? As if he could, he is the only person in the world who must have said, I know my country. And Tagore talked about Vivekananda. Vivekananda is the content to India. You want to know India? Look at Vivekananda. Why am I able to say like this? Because I studied Vivekananda. 12 years I was working in Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence. And there, the Swamijis keep saying, if you want to know Vivekananda, look at Dr. DPS. I am a content to Vivekananda. What a great man. Physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual, all the fivefold development in every part. What a good presence of mind. What do you need in life to become successful? The IAS, why people fail, not because, what exactly as I said is correct. Not academics is important. If you look at what you learn in academics, as she asked a question, social science, all these are useless because you may not use it in your life. Whatever we have studied up to 10th class, what are we using in our life? Nothing. But why are we teaching? Because we don't know who will take what subject and become specialized. For others, it becomes useless. But because I don't know who is, that's what we are teaching. So, life, passion is fantastic. But which is the passion to know? I must study everything. So, study everything using the brain, analyze it, judge it, criticize it, then it becomes information. That information, when you apply in your life, or you have the wisdom to apply with all the wisdom you apply, it becomes education, viveka, vivechana, buddhi, discriminative power you get. Which you apply in different field, that becomes experience. So what is more important is experience in life. Right? That he got it through traveling throughout. He didn't speak to anybody before traveling to all the places. Mahatma Gandhi also, he wanted to jump into politics. His guru said, walk in India and then find out what people need. Then jump into politics. So that's a homework. Passion is politics, but don't jump into politics without doing homework. And that knowledge has to be gained. Any subject is good. Any option of profession is good. But you must be the best in that. Prime Minister's driver is also driver, right? Correct? So, President's Palace chef is also chef. Is much better than collector, no? Got it? So, which field you are going, go to the best place. And you are the first student asked a question? Come on, this is my poetry. Look, life of love. Which grade you are? What's your name? What do you like? Anusha?
Anushka. I like dancing. Dancing is
Wonderful. Dancing is math. You don't know? Eh? Dancing is full of math. You study math? You study dancing class? This is exact. How do you show my yes? This is my yes. This is my. You want to see? This is y axis, this is x axis. Show y axis. So this is first chord. And if you tilt your hand like this, it becomes x equal to y. Dance is full of it. Right? Now, take 30 degree up, turn 90 degree, and then turn 90 degree. All your dance steps can be done. Give a prescription, in the sequence you have to move like this.
Thank you, sir.
See, every subject is related here. For me, dance is maths. That's why I go to dance schools and teach dance. Kerala, the oldest dance music school is Swatindranal Sangeeta College in Tirunelveli. Whenever there is a music conference or dance conference, I am an invited speaker. And that poetry book, there is a poem, millions of sperm from the father, the first word, the race for birth. Millions of sperm from the father get into the mother's egg and only one sperm take birth, and that's me. Each one of us. Correct? How many sperm did not take birth? Millions of unborn brothers and sisters. So I fought for my life. We ran faster, that's why we got it. Who did not get? Who were slower, lazy. Do you want to be lazy after life? All of you lift your hands. Take it back and then say, well done. Let your father, mother, somebody say that you are useless. Say, I am not useless, I am useless. Correct? None of us who have taken birth is useless in this world. We have used our power. But as we grow, we become lazy. Don't ever become lazy in life. Nimisham jolitam sreyam nadudhumayitum chidam. Nimisham jolitam sreyam nadudhumayitum chidam. Live like a fire and never live like a smoke. You can be anything in this world. Yeah. That's all what I know.
And my question is how to increase the writing interest in the students?
Yeah, wonderful. Wonderful question. Writing, I told if somebody has to drink water, somebody has to keep water bottle there. If water bottle is not around, I will not. Even with it there, I will forget when I answer something first. So what do people do? They keep bottle. So you are seeing it once in a while. So if I have to have writing interest, what is to be done? Keep some free papers. I speak only what I practice. Keep some different shape. And then whatever you think, whatever you study, whatever you see, keep writing. That's it. Whatever you read, make a small note. May have some more. Make a small note. These are all small writings, quotes, slokas, which I study. I landed in the third flight, landing in Oman Air, new airport. Delay in luggage 20 minutes. I've seen people walking. Why these fellows are not doing it? They are great. Your pressure will increase. Anyway, luggage will not run faster. I was peacefully sitting there, took my paper, started writing, reading something, looking at there. Beautiful, no? Wonderful place. Why are you taking this tension? Because you don't have the habit of reading and writing. You know the best time was when I travel in train in India, the train is late. I've seen the people so much tensed, yeah. I keep asking them, you are anyway third AC or second AC, so wonderful. No train will charge you extra just because it carries you another 8 hours. Correct. Late means it is carrying you for more time, right? And they are giving you AC, sleeping place. You can peacefully sleep, you know. What is the great thing you are going to do after reaching home? Food is available. Pantry will work. See, you have no other option to enjoy it. You understood? Don't increase your pressure here. That is why I have no disease for not 30 years. I am only seeing doctors to give classes, not with the problems. Enjoy. Just enjoy. Don't. Yeah.
How we can help kids to manage the stress during exam?
I tell you, no kids have stress.
No, but they are facing stress.
They have no problem if pass or fail. They love to fail sometimes. And it's very difficult to fail. The biggest problem, you are a teacher? Okay, lucky, your child is lucky. If a child happens to be a teacher's child, finished. In the staff room, your child did not pass. What a teacher you are, they will make fun of it. And all the pressure will go to student. Don't worry, they will study. Which grade your child is?
12th standard now.
12th standard, there is enough time to study. Don't worry, I'll tell you. This is what I said, exam hall the best place. Correct? Why tension? This tension everybody had. What's your name?
Savita.
Sons?
My daughter.
Daughter's name?
Aditi.
Aditi. Have you seen Bhagavad Gita? I'm sure not, right?
Yeah. No, I am going for Bhagavad Gita class.
Okay. You had a student there, Arjuna,
Yeah.
who was, Gandivam was falling, lips were white, hands were shivering. Correct? He had an exam. His fighting was his first exam. Biggest war. He studied how to throw arrow. But at Kurukshetra from Delhi, little far, 60-kilometer war field. Why Krishna sat there? Psychotherapist Dr. Krishna. You know why? They know that this fellow will not open the war because he was a psychologically unfit person. And he said, my Gandivam is falling, I am going to collapse. Krishna, you tell all your problems. One chapter dedicated. Every child who has a problem, give one chapter free. Tell all your problems. And then immediately he called him Hijada. Now today you cannot call it in India. You will become a bad person. But there it was permitted. Hijada. Napumsakam, not a man or a girl. Unfit to become a human, no. Gender is not correct for you. And Arjuna got wild. He said, killing all these people, no problem. Yeah, but these are all my relatives. Krishna asked, did they become your relatives yesterday or today morning? Before war, don't you know? See, every fellow who has to write exam will find a lot of excuses for not saying that, no, I did not, I have a stomach problem, I have a problem, I have back problem. All this will come. This case, Arjuna also had. Immediately Krishna said, okay, don't worry, I will kill. Let them be my relative. If I kill, what will happen to their wives? Krishna said, don't worry, I am there now, I will take care of all of them. You heard Bhagavad Gita like this? Best psychotherapy book in the world is Bhagavad Gita. But don't chant it. And then by heart this without understanding the essence and meaning of this. And at last what Krishna said, don't worry, you start writing. Let the result be good or bad, I will take care of it. Ananyas Chintayantomam Yejana Paripasade Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Mahameham. You are reminding me, 2002 I came here for spiritual talk. Vastu, astrology, Bhagavad Gita was my talk. Got it? So, don't worry, no problem. You tell them, you do anything, I will take care of it. I was a very bad student. How to reduce stress? Only one. And that's what my mother did. I got transfer certificate, thrown out of the school. I have to go back home only. No? Correct? And I told my mother, I am thrown out of it. Don't worry, you will become better tomorrow. You will become better tomorrow means today you are bad. Correct? And she kept hand on my head and I said, she is no more with me now. 18 years back she left. But every time, during my office also, everybody will have tension problems, you know. And I will go back to her lap, sleep with her. She was staying with me in Hyderabad. He said, don't worry, Dad. And that is the thing which a mother can do. Here that's not happening. If you don't pass, I will commit suicide. I know somebody who was mentioning from the same school, a senior person was telling one of his cousin's mother, he wanted to become a film actor. The mother said, if you become a film actor, took the knife and said, okay ma, what should he become? She suggested something, he became that. He got married. He was waiting for the mother to die to start a film acting. He is now 65, doing very well in Hindi films. Got it? Don't make your children to pray, let my mother die. At least for that, bless them. No, this is really happened. This is what 2 days back, one of the senior faculty from the same school talked about somebody and said he is a very good actor now. I'm sure he will not lie. Therefore, for teachers program, when I came afternoon, I invented a new exercise for them in the workshop. I gave some nice program, taking some cue from that. Okay. Yeah.
So being a poet, you can get an inspiration from anywhere, and sometimes it can be your bio lab or anything of that sort. But then, if you don't write down the thought at that very point of time, you tend to forget it, or you won't be able to concentrate in the class. With a particular teacher over there undermines the importance of poetry, creative writing, etc., and says what I am teaching is important. So what do you do then?
It rarely happens like this. You must not watch, see the movie Debate. There is a movie called Debate. There is a student who keeps writing like this. Later they become a great writer. Okay. There are some teachers who don't have the passion for something, they may keep telling it, but you don't have to write the whole thing. Sometimes when you get a poetry, you don't write the whole thing. One line somewhere if you write, it will come back. So that trick everybody knows. I am sure the teacher is not that disciplined police people, and your class is not a military hall where you don't have even freedom. And at the worst case, nobody stops you for this. No? The best writings happens most of the time in the toilets. Correct? The pressure reduction is from toilets only. But at home also teachers can do that. I remember when I made a calendar of 100 years and shown to my closest relative, my brother. He said, it's all stupid. At the age of 11th or 12th. I had interest in that, but that's how the reaction was. But today when I make it and then show to somebody, yeah, sir, it's good. See, I make this time last camp, we have calendar for 1 year which can be flapped for 12 months. The whole thing can be put into one table. That's what we do. We send it as a New Year greetings. When I send this calendar, I will send. That's my creation. So when I create something new, it's good. So I am a creator. I love people who are creative. Maybe somebody will accept it today or not, doesn't matter. Have patience. Life is, I had another book called Life Medicine, which copy I don't have, so I'm not giving it. Otherwise I would have given it. It's a beautiful. Come here. Not to give it to you, but I want a page you can open. It's a discussion between me and my students from Orkut. Facebook's grandmother. Orkut. Lot of questions will come, I answer. And all that has been put into a book form. What did you get?
Control your anger.
Control your anger. This is what I wanted to tell you. Drink water, go to washroom to reduce pressure. Got it? Yeah. When something doesn't happen, no. Drink water. Okay? That's the best thing to do. So enjoy life. I don't have copies. I have to go for another sessions in. At least I have to show the. That's it. Otherwise I will download it from my website. Okay? Any problem, open it, you will find a solution. That's the beauty of, because it's not mine. Lot of people have asked a lot of questions and I answered. That's the correct. Yeah.
Sir, if a child is interested in sports, which faculty he
Where is this Asharidi coming from? Yeah. Yeah, Asharidi is, Shariram is body. Ashariram means no body. Yeah, only sound.
Sir, if the child is interested in sports, so which faculty he or she can choose after 12th?
After 12th, there is a BPEd, Bachelor of Physical Education. Sports teachers? BPEd. There, earlier it was a diploma. Now it is a BPEd. Free programs are there, BPEd. And BPEd is one of the best places. But BPEd is good enough for teachers in the schools. They don't require another BEd. That's one advantage. It's integrated. Physical education, graduation, BP, and ED. Education is also added. So in life you can save another 2 years. Now BEd is 2 years. You can become early age teacher. Right? And you don't have to do many things, you can make others to do anything. That's one of the. I had the opportunity to teach VPED teachers in Arunachal Pradesh. All of them are like a footballer. I don't know how do they become BPED with all the belly around, like Ganesha Sardar. Okay. I made them to do all that exercise. This is also you do. Yeah, I learned yoga and I learned meditation. I'm a meditation master, so whatever we do is that. So BPED, then they can go for MPED. MPED will make you teachers in the universities. Good salary. And you can do PhD in BPED. After physical education, you do PhD. You can become university professor. And that will be much faster, easier, better, relaxed. And you can travel all the world. Ask them to see, girl or a boy? Boy, okay. Ask them to see Mary Com's sort of movies anyway. The real interest. I used to be in Northeast, it's wonderful people there. Yeah, good. Good enough? I think Bhopal, Maharashtra and all, there are beautiful BPED colleges. South India it's slightly less, but Tamil Nadu, Chennai there is one. Coimbatore there is one. Kerala we have got in Calicut University MPED also. Yeah.
The people in my class and I are very lucky that our parents have allowed us to choose a subject like humanities. But when we go outside, we talk to our relatives and friends who are not with us here in India right now. We find that they're like, oh, humanities, you know what you're going to do with your life. And then there are some of us who can actually stand up to them and say, I can do this with my life. But there are other students who feel demotivated when someone talks to them like that. So I have two questions. A, how do we motivate the students who get demotivated? And B, how do we tell society that it doesn't matter what subject you take, if you're good at it and are passionate about it, you will be able to reach a certain level.
Okay. Ask your friends not to talk to South Indians. Okay? Especially Delhi people, you say that my subject is humanities, and say, wow. Tell them, any science student apply for BA English, just apply, don't have to join. St. Stephen's College. You know, advertisement says 100% mark in all subjects for BA English. The most opted course in St. Stephen's College is BA English. Ask them to apply for Sriram College of Commerce. Ladies Sriram is also there. For a commerce. Fine? If they get it, they are very good. 100% marks in all subjects. Such opted test. And you know the salary? As they pass out, minimum 35,000 rupees in Delhi itself. Second year they get opted. BA English, all the Google, all the net which you see, Wikipedia, is there a spelling mistake, grammar mistake, who is doing it? All the BA graduates are doing it. You give it to a BTech fellow? You give it to a mathematics fellow? If a mathematics fellow asks, where are you going? I am going to numerator. Where are you coming from? Denominator. Where is your canteen? My father is greater than my mother, less than my uncle. English is very bad. Unfortunately, I am a mathematician with a good English. Okay, so don't worry. See, you cannot make everybody to shut their prove. I am a scientist with a PhD in mathematics. My wife is a scientist with a PhD in mathematics. My eldest son said, I want to study economics. I said, study economics, but study in the best college. I don't know where it was. When I was in Delhi with the Prime Minister's office that time, I saw an advertisement in the Times of India. You want to be the next generation Kauriya, join Symbiosis. No course information, nothing. I went to Symbiosis website and then found same advertisement but BSc Economics. I told there is one chance for you to become Kauriya. Shave your head first. Go to Pune. He said fantastic. Got it? That's it. So don't worry. Our Prime Minister, economics, right? Best speakers, best people who are in ministry, most of them you look at it. You know, the whole whole Indian education headed by Smriti Irani once. What was her qualification? There was a lot of hangama saying that they are not good, she is not. There are 10 people sitting in a TV program. Her speech is the 10th one. She will say the first one talk. This is the thing which Pandey said, in which this point, third point which I like, third point I agree, but the fifth point I don't agree. This is what she said. No note taking, note making. Everything goes. She was a wonderful actress, so by heart a lot of dialogue in life. So anything can be given, she can by heart. Got it? So communication skill is what is best. I'll tell you, if I teach maths, I will not get good money. If I teach communication skill, I get good money. So that's more demanding than that. Okay, so don't worry. Creative, communicative, and innovative programs. When I used to teach maths, I get less mark, but I was teaching mass communication in the Noida, IMS, Institute of Management Sciences. Very good. Children are very happy. So don't worry. So it's not that what you learn, but whatever you learn, do well. But why these people are saying BA English is bad? In Kerala, BA English fellows, if you don't get anything, you go there. When I go to one of the best colleges, they ask, sir, BA history I am learning. Actually, I wanted chemistry. Don't worry, 50% is there. History in both. And if you really like chemistry, after learning history, you learn about the history of chemistry later. Connect something somewhere. Why they don't even understand what is the subject inside, Everyone, they have this problem. South Indian people like engineering, medicine. They think children are good in science, they are brilliant. Correct? That too, medical is better, second option is engineering. I have got a nephew and a niece. Niece was elder, she got medical. Oh, second one had all these mother's pressure. And he could only get BTech. Electronics. And that too not in Kerala, he went to Tamil Nadu to get a MTech degree. No IIT, nothing. But he did MTech in nanotechnology. And what his niece who passed in medical did, she also joined MTech in nanotechnology. Medical nanotechnology. So, they said, both are equal. Immediately the younger son who was electronics background to nanotechnology got a fellowship from Australia, 1.5 crores fellowship. And they said, great, yeah. And this younger one got in Bombay IIT for PhD in nanotechnology. So one in medical, one in electronics, both are in nanotechnology. One abroad who was not that brilliant, they said, but the other one. After reaching in Australia, now he found this nanotechnology is not that good. And he became a bank employee. With all the 1.5 crores with the PhD in nanotechnology, it came into newspaper and all. 1.5 crores, he got fellowship and all that. No, Malayalam local newspaper, he was great. All our families were, otherwise we don't read. My families were reading because it's our nephew and all that. But then, now he is in a bank. There's nothing wrong. Just because we studied medicine doesn't mean we will not become a technologist tomorrow. Because every subject is connected later. Okay? It's good. Don't worry. Don't try to motivate and demotivate. Don't try to argue and all that. If it is your passion, if somebody says that you are... Okay? I am good. Not useless, useless. Yeah.
What exactly was your final goal?
Final goal is graveyard. My son will take me to the graveyard. Definitely 2 sons, one this side and the other side. Fine? They will fire me because our ritual is fire. Burning. Before burning, he will chant a mantra. Vayurarilavamrtavadedam basmantam shariram Om Kritos Smarak Kritam Smarami. Papa, I am going to fire him. Because I fired him throughout his life. He will get last chance of firing me back. Kritos Mara. Kritam Mara. What is that you have done in your life? What's your name, beta? Eh? Yeah. I said in Muscat, I went and Roseberry asked a question, I answered this. Which normally I should not have done in my life. It is not my normal karma. I did some abnormal karma. See, when I was doing my PhD, up to PhD was my passion. I challenged my brother. When I was doing my PhD, my roommate was an LLB student. He passed the 12th class and came, he was not able to understand anything. CRPC, CPC, criminal law, tort, nothing, Evidence Act, nothing. I used to read and explain to him. Because I was reading and explaining, so many other LLB students came and said, sir, you are a better teacher than our teachers here. You are explaining so nicely. I finished teaching all law. Fine. When I got a job, I was in a house, rented house in Hyderabad. Opposite, I saw a YPR law college, evening classes. I went and asked. Principal said, no classes here. You have to study yourself. No problem, sir. If you want classes, I will conduct classes. You get your students. I became a student, but I was teaching there. Because I already taught now. Which class? Whichever class you want. Yeah, whichever class you want. So I used to teach tort, evidence law, CRPC, CPC. Not paid, but I enjoy. Because I have got my own classmates as students. They never knew that I am a teacher or a student. When we write exam, we were in same hall. Then they realized why this teacher is also writing exam. He said, yeah, I am a student, yeah. Is it not good? When I became a scientist, we had a lot of people together. Then I wanted to know how Department of Atomic Energy is working. They have a training center, we don't have a training center. And I started doing some HR project. I submitted all that as a knowledge management system in ISRO to the chairman. Chairman said, it's wonderful, we will start Indian Institute of Space Technology. So Indian Institute of Space Technology, Kerala is because of my research in Space Department. Is it not good? Then I thought, having anyway done a project, why not do a degree? Generally people do project after the degree. So I have a project, then somebody said you can do MBA. So that is simple, just read and then go and write because 3 papers, law is already there. MBA was simple. And after my graduation, I also taught accountancy, bookkeeping tuitions for getting some pocket money and all that. So that was simple for me. It just comes. And then I have some interest in the spiritual world and then sloka, chanting, teaching and all that because I was brought up in such an environment. I had got a nice guru. Brahmasri KPC and then Patanjali was my guru. Meditation master Swami Rama's devotee I am. So I know all this. Then when we go for lectures, everybody will come with a lot of problems. Everybody prescribes to do this puja, that puja. I know all these pujas are all only pocket money for somebody else. So I said, don't do all that. You have to be powerful. So I was keeping a lot of suggestions, advices. Then I thought, why not have an MS degree in psychotherapy so that I will understand the real psychology. So I did a course in psychotherapy. It was not by mistake, not because of desperate. I wanted to have some, and I never managed getting all these degrees. Somebody asked me, how did you manage all this? And I did not manage, not money was paid. Okay, it was interest. I have also an MA philosophy, but I didn't write the last 2-3 exams because I had some other meeting. I thought that is better. Without interrupting any of my office job, I did this. It was just passion. And I know that when I say somebody you have to study, I should have something to show, right? Correct or not? Good that you remembered all the degrees and that. Take some good degrees better. There are a lot of people who has got much more degree than this. Okay, they're all passion. So it's just passion, teaching. And I read everything very seriously. And when you don't have any audience to listen, I keep writing. That's why I start writing books. I start designing myself. I've got a book which designed by me. It's like everybody will love reading it. It's my poetry. Lot of nice pictures around.
So you mean to say that age and aging should not prevent us from pursuing the passion?
Never. Now today if you want to do any course at any age without any payment, you can. Right? edX is the website. Education. Yes. edX is the website where international university will give you free programs. Coursera. Coursera, edX, there are many. I am not advertising any of them. Look for Open University programs. You want to learn theology, you want to learn religion, you want to learn politics, you want to learn computer science, you want to learn cooking. Now MIT is sort of a best university in the world is also giving programs. Every student can do that. So I keep saying a BTech student, as soon as they join, they should do all these programs parallelly. So by the time they pass BTech, they should have at least 10 certificates from different universities. Show with all these to the university abroad, direct admission, full fellowship. Otherwise, you just go with your BTech, you don't. Yeah.
Thank you so much for inspiring speech.
Thank you.
Parents as well as students. One question I would like to ask was, how do you see our education system in India? We have CBSE, we have state syllabus, we have now IB coming up. On the other hand, we see a lot of careers becoming irrelevant due to changes in technology. So, would you like to compare? What is your opinion about
I think Indian education system is one of the best in the world. Up to graduation, India is the best. Up to graduation, probably India has the best institute. If you want to look at one American television program called "What America Imports from India." What America imports from India? IITians. Because they say IIT is, we have large number of people there. Otherwise we would have been. And you don't see them in the list because there is some difference of opinion in the survey. That's why we don't register ourselves. So education system, India, whichever syllabus, CBSE or ICSE or state syllabus, slight variations you will see. Otherwise there is not much of it different. Yeah.
So my question is, if education is all about learning, why don't you just force us to buy hard?
Who is forcing? It's good.
Sir.
Learn by heart.
So can I interject?
Yeah.
What we need to say is that, suppose my last exam is social. We were supposed to learn very complex words. Whereas I know the meaning of those words, but I got it wrong. Whereas in my English exam, when we actually use complex words, we get it wrong. Why is that so, sir? Why do we need to by heart the exact words to get the answer right?
Ask your teacher to see 3 Idiots movie. Or you make another movie called 4 Idiots. See, I'll tell you, there is a system in which I used to do this during my MSc program. My professor used to ask, why are you writing new theorems here? Proving in a different style. Because it's difficult for them to evaluate. So don't worry, if you are really good, the way you write is, you think it is good, at least give to 5 of your classmates. And ask them to check whether they are able to follow. If they are able to follow, you have to accept. But whatever you write is not able to follow by somebody else. So what is to be done? Give it to your friends and ask them to read. That's what you should try. Because you need somebody to have a certification, right? If you don't have the certification program, you are you. So what is to be done? Give it to your friends and ask them to read. That's the best method. Yeah.
So how can I manage studies and my passion, which is learning?
How is your mother managing cooking? Is she managing cooking or cooking?
Managing.
No. Is it that she manages to make the dosa? That's what she makes?
Yeah, sure.
Does it become round?
Yeah.
She takes a compass and then draws it. How does it happen? Practice. Got it? What time you wake up in the morning?
5:45.
That is get up.
Okay.
I am asking wake up.
Wake up will be around 7.
Oh, even after 3:45 you are doing everything. See, wake up is exactly when Brahma calls you. That's called a Brahma Muhurta. That will be exactly 3 hours before sunrise. If you are a human being, irrespective of your caste and creed. Because that's a biological clock. Before the sunrise, definitely you will. But what time you get up is your daily practice. What are you doing in between? Waiting for the alarm, waiting for mother to call. And the first liar is your mother itself, who makes you lazy. Beta, it's 7 o'clock, get up. If it is 6 o'clock also, they will tell 7 o'clock. Because at least 1 hour cushion if they give, you will wake up, right? Whom are you fooling? What are you doing? As soon as you wake up, get up. Start reading all things what you are going to study that day. Prepare yourself and then come to the class. Your learning becomes so interesting because you already know. I am explaining something which you already know. You will love to listen to me as a critic. You will start judging, comparing, criticizing, analyzing. All that will happen. That is learning. So read, prepare and come to the class. Wake up means get up.
Sir, can you just specify what is the exact difference between wake up and get up?
Wake up means you are up. You know hearing. Your indriyas will start working. You know you are hearing something, smell will come, you are listen to somebody, you see the light. Even if your eyes are closed, you know there is a light. You are not in deep sleep. Your mother is calling, you will put one more blanket on top and then pretend. Your father is calling, you may jump out. Your sister is calling, you will throw. No, all this will happen because you are already up. It's not me. Vivekananda said, Tushni Bhava. Between the wake up and the get up time is called Tushni Bhava. That is the biggest enemy in your life. Don't become lazy in life. As soon as, because you are sleeping blues, you don't have any other job. But decide that I have a beautiful day today, I am going to make a difference in my life. Assume you have good things to do, I am sure you will be up. Why are you sleeping? Because you think, start from that day, I am sure you will become fantastic in it. Make it a practice. Okay, all of you want some, lift your hands like this. Okay, no. Imagine you have a plate of meals on your lap, the best food what you want to eat on your lap. Full. Imagine something is to eat on your lap. Elders also can exercise. Body movement is good. Thinking that you have something to eat, when I say 0, pick it up. Okay? When I say 10, it should reach your mouth. 1, don't put it in your mouth. Don't be in a hurry. Slowly eat. Fine? Don't become so lazy, let it anyway count 10. No. 9 also, you eat it here, 10, put it like. No. When I say 5, it should come here in the middle. Done? 0, 1, tilt it like this, and you have to slowly take it to mouth. Close your eyes. And do it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 5. Close your eyes. 7, 9, 10. Did it reach mouth? Yeah, everybody has got a good before it. Yeah, you didn't reach because your mother feeds you all. Or you must be eating it with a spoon, so that how much is the distance, the length of the spoon, that's what, because that's what you have done throughout your life. Now your nose is just about the, correct? That first one was fun, now we are doing it. Until you take another video. Okay? Now take the finger, pointing finger, keep it on your knees, and when I say 0, start turning. And when I say 10, it should reach the tip of the nose. All of you brought your nose, no? Okay. Now 0, 2, 4, close your eyes. Don't keep it on somebody's nose. Your nose. Tip of the nose, the edge, not inside. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This was easier or eating was easier? Eating was. Because every day you don't touch your nose. How many of you could take just below the nose? Very good. Don't shake hands with them because they have big ego. This is not funny. That's what I said. Next one. All of you who are sitting here, look at this. All of you are sitting here, look at that. Stretch your, so that you will not touch your neighbor. Then stretch your arms like this. When you turn, you get sufficient space, right? Here you can turn this way, so that we get a good view. You can see me also. Now, lift it up and see whether you can touch your point, this finger to finger. You're able to do it, right? There is no physical problem. Body is working. Now you take it down. 0. Do 2. Put your head down. Now you are not seeing. Without seeing, you are doing it. 2, 4, 6. Only one moment. Don't adjust. 8, 9, 10. You don't adjust. Many of you adjusted. No, it's not that simple. Your own left finger doesn't know where your right finger is. Somebody, I started seeing them doing Vakabuddhi. Somebody has Adibuddhi. Somebody has got this much, that much gravity on you. Why is it happening? Because you don't have practice. Correct? Taking hand to mouth every day, you are doing 100 times more than that. Therefore, it becomes simple. What you practice is simple for you, what you don't practice is difficult for you. So start making a life which is good as a normal practice so that you will enjoy doing it. You enjoy it? Correct? Just because there is an exam, you suspend it. I keep asking. Just because there is an exam, you suspend newspaper reading, novel reading, watching movie. Don't, it's all normal. Got it? Don't think that exam is always entirely different in life. Studying is something a different activity in life. That has to be a normal, routine problem which you are facing and that you are solving. That should be the method. Yeah.
Mentioning about some camps in your place, could you please brief us?
I stay in Hyderabad, so I have few BTech students who are coming to my house, and then we used to go outside to metro, we go to garden, we go to different places. If you want to learn history, we go to some of the forts, and then we will teach. You want to learn about railway, because every department you have to learn for the IAS training program. So when I want to teach transport system to my children, why should I sit in my house and teach transport system and take them to metro? I said today classes in metro. So we travel in metro and then speak about all that. That's standard. So some of the children, when I had a passion to go back to my hometown, I have a 200-year-old old house, which was shut, unused, 18 years it was closed, so I renovated. They wanted to come along with me and stay there. That's how a small camp started. 27 camps finished so far. 400-500 children from Europe, and then America, many places. Gulf country maximum students came and stayed. And that's generally that based on demand. Based on demand, January I had a camp from Malappuram school, 10th class children. First time they are writing. The first batch is going. School started only 10 days back. So principal, director, few teachers, students, 22 of them. Okay, I prepared 10th class exam. So it's very specific activity. December we had few children who are aspiring for civil service. Girls children I did for 2 years. Last year 2015-16. 17 also I did in July, August, September. This year it cannot happen because I am there in Gulf with a different group. Abu Dhabi also we have planned some camp. Yesterday I was in Malayali wing of International Club. They wanted a camp, I think it's 3 days program there. So otherwise, this year my camp in my hometown is suspended because of my class for all the teachers. Because I thought teaching teachers is much better than, or that will have more impact reaching to larger community there, and it's all initiated by teachers. Because they heard me, we took some initiative. It was so good when the principal heard, and then he knew me personally. It's all decisions to I'm not a very famous man or who have got even not a browser to send across to somebody saying that I do this. When they ask for what subject which I teach, I have to write out something and send it. I will ask my student write something and send it. So they use my email and send it because I am not to remember this. Correct. So these are all done by my students. They have a lot of passion. So that's why I am done. So this year it's suspended. I don't know next year what will happen. I hope it does not happen. Because 3-4 years I did next year. Okay? There is nothing very specific which I do. I keep changing this. Otherwise it doesn't have fun. Right? It's a good infrastructure. I have got a place where 30 people can see. We have got a nice system. We have got a tree house. I have got a rain. You can see. My house name is Nanam. Janam. Nanam. So JN is the short form. Janaki Narayan. My mother's name is Janaki, father's name is Narayan. Janaki Narayan Mendel. Both of them are not there. So their own property, I created something there. And it's not my house, it's my common property. So I did something so that it becomes active. That's the question. And you can go to YouTube, there are more than 1,400 lectures. Nan camp, if you look into the residential camp, you can see all this what happened. Each camp will have different. You will have drama, you will have dance, everything will be. Because I know everything. Right? They write points and they make it a dance and you teach them. They climb on tree, make them to climb on tree. If somebody doesn't know singing, I make them to sing. If they don't know the mother tongue, I teach mother tongue and other tongue. Because everybody's mother tongue is not the same, right? Every language learning is 5 days. That's 5 days you can learn a language to read and write. So, where are you now? 5 days. I learned Tamil when I was in 7th class. Tamil is simplest one. Kakata Taka only Ka. Shashi can be written as Shashi. Shivaji Ganesan, Shivaji Ganesan. But reading is a lot of sense. That's why Tamilians are more brilliant. Because they can read something written in some other style. They are equal to English in language sense. Right? But learning has to be simple. It's all like, you know, I studied in Karnataka, worked in Andhra Pradesh, roam around India. Most of the languages very simple. But interest and passion is there. So creating that was what I was doing. It's not suddenly it makes a lot of difference. Sometimes it makes some spark in some people. Don't balance. Got it? When children come, I've got a cousin, they're all civil service aspirants. My cousin comes, he says, come, yeah, go to pond. He will go there and he will lie down on the, he says, BPA and BSc Mathematics. And MS is BA, MA Public Administration. And he teaches them how to swim. And he will sleep on water and he will not fall. And if somebody asks me, how long can sleep like this until I feel happy? It's not passionate practice. Just because he's good, he's a volleyball national referee. Just because he's a volleyball national referee, he must not leave his mathematics. Because volleyball national referee, 2 years may change. But mathematics teacher will be permanent for him, right? So, passion, profession. So that's it. Control, anyway you don't study 24 hours, right? Correct? Our kings were very good in chess. You imagine how much headache they had. During the time also they played. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. So my brother is interested in football.
Yeah.
But parents are focusing on education always. So, and he's not willing to talk about it. He's not interested in opening up also.
Okay.
So what is needed to
Ask him to study very well. The best football place is what? In the world. You don't. You ask your brother, he will tell it is in London. My son studied in London just because he loved football. He knows anyway I am not going to fund him to see the court in London. But he knows that if he goes to London for studies, he can do it. And he asked his brother to give the ticket for seeing that it is a paid program. And that was his birthday gift request. So if somebody has got interest, they will find a method. You tell him this story. Ask him to study and go to the best place.
I tried my best just to keep it.
944-74-3794.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. My son's name is Education. Ask him to talk to him. Yeah.
How would I you are showing such a vast experience at the age of 40?
I took age of 40. People generally, yesterday somebody said I am 70. I am retired. Retired in 2009. I am 53. 1964 October. Yeah, I took years. 20 years minimum service pension. That's good enough. Health is taken care of. If I am sick, I can get admitted in one of the 5-star hospitals in India. They will reimburse you. Because of medical is covered. Yeah.
while working with Dr. Manmohan Singh, okay, he was the greatest, greatest economist. So any, tips you got, some motivation you got?
We don't meet him every day. There is an option to have dinner with him every month. That's only interaction. I didn't use any of the dinner meeting because it's a very strict rule and such things. But I was forced to gather for one dinner, so one dinner only again. So he came to me because I was looking slightly different other than the military people. No? Because that is group of all the intelligence people. I was non-intelligent, intelligent. So he came and talked to me because I was looking slightly different. So he was holding my hand for 25 minutes. And we had a discussion. To hold a discussion with the Prime Minister for 25 minutes, you need to have something. So that I did. So he took me to his wife and said, this one intelligent fellow from Kerala talked to me. So the rest of the time I was with her. That's the only interaction. But that was a beautiful interaction because I said, I am Dr. Sashima. Yeah, from Space Department on deputation. Your last request for the aircraft pilot I have forwarded to Air Force. I think you did not get the report. Can you imagine the Prime Minister remembering all this? Eh? What a great knowledge there. And he said that I don't remember somebody whom I spoke yesterday, I don't remember that file, I will be doing the last night work. And he is Prime Minister of India. Correct? I said, great. And more interesting was, he was holding my hand, like this, my hand was inside, he was holding. I was really enjoyed. I never had a velvet cloth like that. Such a soft hand.
So I tribute for him that, like young people, they acknowledge that, he is
great. I'll tell you, I don't know how many of you have seen. Kyoto Protocol is what we are supposed to follow for the global warming thing and all that. There was a great argument between India and America. Who is polluting more? And there was an argument, India is polluting more, America is polluting less. Immediately he said, yeah, India is polluting more. But, per capita pollution, if you see, America is polluting more. Take your pollution quantity, divide by the number of people. Take India's pollution, therefore America is polluting more, you have to pay for all of this. That's how the whole policy of paying for the pollution which they do came into effect just because no one sees one small town. What a great knowledge. Correct? And before meeting him, I had an interaction with one of his librarians who was in planning commission, whom I took as an employee under me in the Department of Space. So we had a connection. You know why? He's a great leader. The best library in the world would be the library under him. No? And he used to say, he will not go out of the library, he will sit and read as those days. Planning the board commission chairman, sitting in a library and reading. They don't read. What do the other people do? They will get some report. Somebody gives a report, They don't even open it. They will look at it, English. Hindi mein That's what they do. That's it. He is not like that.
Last question. The education system in India, like you said, it's one of the best. I don't have a question about it. But abroad, if you see the small children up to at least 6th grade, their education system is like, they talk about politics, they talk about, it's a sunny day, next 2 days later it's going to be sunny day. Let's plan outing, or they talk about the Bill Gates, or the Obama, these kind of general discussion on the table, dinner table. Whereas our children, whatever they study, that curriculum is taught to them when they are at the age of 12, 14, 15 or 16, and the difference immediately the portion goes to as good as our graduation students have portion. So how this
why is Japanese should be your question? Why is Japanese? My child is studying London, which is foreign. When I am also a student of KG, I also studied London, which is foreign. I never asked why is it falling down, why it does not fall down. Did you ask? Did you ask where is London Bridge? Do you ask any of the nursery teachers where is London Bridge? London Bridge is not London at all. It has been moved away. See, you don't ask questions. The liberty is not given. There, parents also will ask, children also will ask, they start appreciating. We start criticizing. When we ask a question, there is something, let me check whether we know or not. But most of the Westerners, they are very open. Correct? So that method of asking questions, method of interaction, method of communication, that is what is lacking in India. Not the brain. Very simple. But this is not. And here education becomes a competition because you have to pay money, number of $6. There, education is not at all a competition because up to 10th grade everything is free. But after that, if you want to study, you study, otherwise don't study. If you make your money, you can study. If you don't make your study, finished. So every student has to sponsor themselves. Parents are not to teach them. The child after 10th grade, you decide whether you want to study or work. You work and study, and that's it. Here, we protect it. Here, don't. Correct? So, no protective. So, they are not, if my father is earning, his money is there. If I don't study also, I will be able to enjoy it. There, if you don't study, finished. You don't get a good girlfriend. Correct? This is the problem. Because we protect them more, they don't have to become independent. Therefore, they are interested. Otherwise, you don't learn. That's why the course, when you wanted to join, why you are learning this? Why you want to learn this? Correct? Here, if you have a very good school, somewhere else you can go and make them to join there. But there, in your periphery, that place when you study, it is free. You go to little far, it is costlier. Too far, it is more costly. Therefore, everybody has to study in the same school, nearby. And that school, there is no difference. Teaching method is same, fees is same, because there is no fees. That's why you must watch all the movies available in there. You are only saying some students. The rest of the students, there are a lot of students who are not going interested. You will see that that's true. They decided in their life that I don't study. So it's not everything flashy there. There are also problems. Only thing, the culture is different, life is different. It is not, here you will see one Bharati hotel in who has started this great grandfather's picture will be there, and the next 5 pictures will come here after that. And my son will take over. There is nothing like that. No, everybody has to create their own life. The handover is not there. Here we have got a handover. The societal bondage is the biggest probably safeguard, but it has got this problem. There are a lot of benefits, but this could be one. Yeah.
So, you said that you pursue your dreams and follow your passion without getting interrupted with the profession.
Yeah.
And I believe that time management must have played a major role in that. And a lot of people my age are not very well versed in that skill. So, can you please elaborate on that?
There is nothing called time management because Prime Minister of India or the ruler of this country or me and you 24 hours. We are not supposed to manage our time, we are supposed to manage our activity. So while driving from hotel to this place, I have answered all my WhatsApp. Nothing better. Because I know all this time I will get before going to my hotel, I must finish that. After that, I must download this and then keep it in process. All that job I have to do myself. So when we do what we do, we manage our activity. What am I managing? Activity. Am I managing time or activity? Now, on my assume that Muscat, all of you send a message, then today's date is 24. 18/03/24, and your name will be made. So I know on this function I am active. Next day when I come to this, you will get a WhatsApp message because I put a broadcast message. 1,500 people, one tick, it goes to everything. So do I manage my time or manage my activity? Got it? That's it.
During the exam time, our parents usually take our gadgets and keep it with them a month ago, and then our handouts are cancelled and handouts
against our parents. So what can you do for this?
No, you guarantee that either gadget or not, my mark is 100 out of 100. Ask me any question I can answer. I am sure, I used to ask my son, go and see the movie, I will stop, enough studies. That's it. And if mother is too disturbing, there is one method. Every day, whatever you study, teach your mother. Generally, mother or father? Both. Teach both of them. Make them social science, teach. Maths, which class you are in? Yeah, all the syllabus teach them. Right? As your teacher taught you, ask them to learn everything. The book is available. Let us share and learn. All the three of us, let us pass everything. Soon after examination, give the same question paper to father and mother, ask them to write. They will tell you better whatever mark you get is good. Got it? So don't worry, because they are more worried about, correct? That's it. That is part of them. And another big problem I will tell you, we are all, I don't know, most of the people like me, about 50 and all that, we have taken birth in BC, before computers. All of you are into AD, after digital. Okay, so I believe I can only do one thing at a time. But I have seen my son, he is on TV watching a nice movie. He is on computer doing some assignment. He will also hear music and all. And then he will have chips eating. And he will be chatting between his friends on the one video. And his mother will be scolding him. Say, no problem. Everything will happen to them. I don't think mother and father can do this. So it's a generation. Okay, don't worry. Let them. Or you will get another child to understand. I've got one book, Life Medicine, in which it says, when I was 4 years old, when you were 4 years old, who was the greatest person in your life? Father. When you are 5-6 years old, who was the greatest person? Your KG teacher. When you become 10th class, who is the worst of all your teachers? The worst of my parents. Who are the best of my friends? You grow another little more 15 years, you will get a small child. Then you will start thinking, my mother was okay. And when you become 54, your child will become marriage age, your heart will change because you don't know to whom they are chatting, to whom they are going. There will be 20 years of age. Right? When you get 20, your parents' heart will change. You understood? So it's nothing wrong. You will also suffer this. When you become 54, you will think, as you thought in 6 years, my mother and father was dead. By the time they may be there, may not be there. So just hug them, love them, whatever they are doing, just be on your lap. If at all they are scolding you, if at all they are doing something, maybe they are not as advanced, as educated as you, but one thing which they have more than you to the parents that they love you so much. Every smile in your face they enjoy. What more they have done in your life? Taken care of you, your one, two, everything cleaning, every bit of that. When you see a mother taking care of a small child, understand, I was also like this on my mother's side. Right? And just hug them. When they give food, just look at their face. This food is very good. When it is more salty, don't fold it. That then you will see, right? Correct or not? If it's slightly not tasty, you look at their face and say it's not good. When it is tasty, have you ever hugged them? Do it. You know how much love they will have to you. I'm sure whatever you do today, you will get back after 2 years. Right?
Yes, sir. Thank you. It's very, what I feel from my childhood, that I have studied in a very formal school, in government school, and my teachers were very, very bright and very sincere. And my whole foundation built up from that government school. And as you mentioned, my college, student engineering college. And all these, my career, whatever I owe to them. But what is the difference I feel? The interaction or the commitment between students and teachers are not so highly born. And another thing is that the concept of, especially the science subjects, they are nowadays the teachers are well to deliver that concept to the students and feel that concept is not clear. Even astrophysics or nuclear physics, whatever the things, I got the basics from my childhood, from the 8th or 9th standard teachers. But that kind of strong concept delivery is not happening. This question,
See, one thing, our parents were not great educated. So whatever teachers gave, we thought that's the best education. Reason number one. Second one, I remember my childhood, the teacher used to keep one stick figure. And we know that if you don't do well, you will fail. I remember meeting my old classmate in my village. When I met him, he said, we are classmates, we should have. When my brother came, he was shaking and he said, we are classmates. And me and my brother 4 years ago. And I said, what for me? I failed for this. But today everybody passes. The teacher cannot punish, the teacher cannot scold. And our teachers were some mature. But today, who are the teachers? Without all these exams here, they passed. They become teachers today. You understood? In our group, they failed. Therefore, they have fear of real failure. They have to study, otherwise they will fail. Today, you don't get any other job, you can become teachers. I'm not saying anything bad because my family, we run a school. Our village school is ours. Where I studied is ours. Most of my relatives are teachers. All of them keep saying, no job is there, we get this teacher. I'm not saying that everyone is there. That's once you are in one profession, you can jump into teaching. Once you are into teaching, you cannot jump into something else. So it's the most relaxed job. They enjoy doing it, but not too much of pressure. Knowledge, if they want, there are wonderful good teachers in between, don't forget them. They inspire, they take a lot of initiative. And today it's more like administrative job for teachers than all this. Those days it was not there. Today, syllabus is there, and there, you group activity, you have to upload your things on the internet. And children have got more knowledge than teachers most of the time. So what do we do in such a challenging situation? And you must see the syllabus. 6th class, 4th class, environment science subject if you take, who has to teach? Chemistry people cannot teach because it's environment science. Biology cannot teach because ecology is there. And chemistry cannot teach because that's it. So it's a mix of everything. Earlier it was not like that. We had a simple syllabus, but that was GP. Now it has gone too vast. But you have a lot of options to learn from different courses. That if they use it, it becomes very good. That's why multimedia class, taking from e-learning, all that is being used, so that supplementing this program. I'm sure situations are not very bad. And population is a lot of people, a lot of teachers. Imagine like a quota sort of a place where they have coaching centers. 6,000 classrooms are there. Do you think in a place 6,000 business teachers are available? So definitely diversity is there in education. Okay? Yeah. You want to ring the bell? Good.
Honorable guest speaker, Dr. T.P. Shashikumar, members of the School Management Committee, Vice Principal, Senior Section, Assistant Vice Principal, heads of various departments, parents, teachers, and dear friends. Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. Every occurrence is an experience. The external fades away, but the internal echoes in our hearts. Today, our hearts are filled with gratitude and joy due to this exceptional motivational presentation by our guest speaker, Dr. T.P. Shashikumar. We sincerely appreciate his presence and thank him for sparing his valuable time to share his words of wisdom to enrich and enlighten us. It was truly a motivational session which filled each one of us with positivity and a belief that to lead a blissful life, one should live life with energy, enthusiasm, creativity, and enjoyment. Thank you, sir. We thank in a very special way the school management committee, our principal, senior vice principal admin, vice principal senior section, assistant vice principal, heads of various departments, and our teachers for their cooperation, support, collaboration, and understanding, which we receive at all times. I am proud to say that we work as a team with a family spirit. Thank you, sirs and ma'ams. A word of thanks to our dear parents and students who have gathered here to be a part of this motivational session. All of you have made a huge effort to join us today, and we are deeply appreciative and thank all of you. We also thank all those who have worked behind the scenes and all those whom we might have forgotten to mention. Thank you, one and all.